Now, the city of Kyiv is under lockdown. A 35-hour-long curfew has been imposed, set to last till 7 a.m. on Thursday, as Russian forces continue to close in on Kyiv and target residential areas. Several explosions rocked the capital today as well. Plumes of smoke could be seen rising over the city after 2 residential buildings were damaged in fresh Russian attacks. Emergency services said that 2 people have been wounded. This after at least 4 people were killed on Tuesday after Russian forces targeted residential areas in Kyiv. At least 4 powerful explosions were heard in the center of Kyiv. Fighting has intensified in recent days around Kyiv, which is surrounded by Russian forces. More than half of Kyiv's 3 million inhabitants have left the city since Russia's offensive began. President Zelensky said that it was absurd to think that the control of Kyiv would give the Russians control of Ukraine. Listen in.
Окупанти продовжують вважати захоплення нашої столиці своєю ключовою метою, політичною метою. Вони сподіваються, що контроль над Києвом дасть їм контроль над Україною. Це абсурд, абсолютний.
Now, for more details about what's happening in Ukraine, joining us live now from the Ukrainian capital, Kyiv, is our correspondent Anas Malik. Anas, thanks for joining us. What's the latest that's happening in Ukraine, in Kyiv in particular as of now? We've heard of more shelling in early hours of the morning.
Well, yes, Priyanka, there is shelling that is currently ongoing. There's gunfire as well that can be heard in the distance towards my left side, and that's towards the northwest of the city. We've been hearing intermittent gunfire. The city is currently under curfew. The curfew got in place since yesterday evening around 8 p.m. and it will last till tomorrow morning around 7 a.m. The 3 prime ministers who were in town have left. They've arrived safely in the Polish capital as well, in Poland. What we understand is that there is some movement on the ground because while the administration is yet to come out in the open and clear why they have imposed this curfew, it is hinted that they are possibly narrowing down on those saboteurs. The Ukrainian side is possibly narrowing down on those saboteurs, as they say it, in order to go for an operation. Even now, if I talk to you, when I'm talking to you, there's gunfire that can be heard, intermittent gunfire that can be heard in the distant past. Priyanka?
Absolutely, Anas. Tell us a little bit about the status of evacuation. The reports say that at least 29,000 people were evacuated from major Ukrainian city, most from Mariupol.
Well, yes, 29,000 people, you've rightly said, have been evacuated since through these humanitarian corridors, and a total of about 327,000 people have now been evacuated in the entire country through these evacuation corridors, most of them being from the east. Now, that has been confirmed by the city council press service. That is an official figure that I am quoting, but today, these evacuations seems to be at a halt for one very reason, for the fact that the city is under curfew. Only law enforcement personnel are allowed to go out. All the armed forces personnel, all accreditations that have been issued stand cancelled. So by and large, the humanitarian crisis remains, and at this point of time, they're trying to address the humanitarian cause, the humanitarian situation, but not with the curfew in place. We're seeing that evacuation orders have been there for more and more cities, in fact 3 days back there was an evacuation effort that was done towards the northeast in the city of Brovary, that is northeast, 25 kilometers northeast of the capital city of Kyiv. When I'm talking to you, I can see there's a military convoy that's moving right next to me, right below me. So that goes on to explain that the situation is still tensed. Priyanka.
Right. Anas Malik, thanks for joining us on WION with the latest updates from Ukraine.